And it's not worth it to me to lose a church just to see a manifestation go on. I've seen so many. But God intervened, you see. He looked at me, he walked right up to me, he said, "You will not disgrace me, Father. You are going to eat at my house." I said, "You got it. I'm going to eat at your house. You're right. Hey, you go set the table. I'll be right on over there." The guy lives in a little stick house with a dirt floor and a grass roof. He has nothing. My tennis shoes that I had on cost more than he'd make in a year. Did you hear me? And so, this is out of hand, and I am under serious pressure, and every now and then I'd cut a glance at my son-in-law. But I wasn't about to put him, it didn't matter what happened now, we're beyond. I am not going to put, it's not his fault no matter what happens, because God spoke to me personally also. I'll take the heat of whatever happens. That's fine. And I won't blame him for anything, good or bad. I had made that decision. But I'm still sitting there calling on heaven, "God, please, heaven, come on. You got to do something." I said, "I don't know what you got to do. There's no way to fix it. In my knowledge of Indian people, this is a non-fixable war that will be carried on to future generations." And I've got this started by listening to the Holy Ghost. And so I'm sitting there, and he brought me over to the table. I wouldn't eat with the first table. I told him I won't do it. And boy, he froze and looked at me. I said, "Hey, I'm not eating with the first table. I will eat with the elders." And so he fed the first table. They ate. We waited. When the Indian elders were set up to eat, I went up and we ate together. Everybody, and they did it by turns and rank, and that they call rank. On and on and on it goes. And directly, there was a little group of Indians just chattering over there in Aztec. And I was noticing them chattering, and I wasn't paying that much attention, but I was just paying attention is all. And that guy, finally, here they come, the head guy over him, the pastor, the whole lineup of authority inside our group, our work, comes over there, and they're just weeping and crying and looking at me. Brother David, God of a truth has sent you." I said, "Yeah, what'd he do? Tell me. I'd like to know. What did he do?" Well, this is really something. Because you see, the sister of the pastor's wife had prepared us, all the food they had was prepared. It was a little bitty stack of tortillas. It was 2 kilos, actually, 4.4 pounds of tortillas. And Brother Sean would have been there, and a couple of brothers with him, more than likely about 4. I bring nearly 200. And she had a little stack of tortillas, a little bitty old 1.5 liter bowl of black beans with some chili stirred up in there, and a liter, 2-liter thing of coffee made. That was it. Okay? Well, what happened was they set up this table, and every time they set up the table, they'd take off with a stack of tortillas and go out there and stack them up, and they'd take the cup of the coffee pitcher, go out there, fill up all the coffee pitchers, bring it back in there, take the bowl, bean thing, fill up the bean, and go back in there. And every time they went back in there, things filled back up. Yeah. And so what happened was there was 200 and some odd folks were fed on a 4-person meal. And when they got through, they still had a 2-kilo stack of hot tortillas. They had a 2-liter coffee pitcher full of hot coffee and a 1.5 liter bowl of beans full of beans. So I reckon we got our miracle I was looking for. And I just fell on the ground and just said, "Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh God, oh God, oh God, thank you, 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 thank you." Because you see, that great Holy Ghost is the only one that can fix stuff that he tells you to break. But the problem is, you got to be courageous enough to follow him regardless regardless of tradition and custom, regardless of how much you know about what's going to happen, He can fix it. Because He can't lie. And if He spoke to you, He'll fix it, won't He, Brother Sean? And that was just the beginning of miracles, because the Holy Ghost visited us. You know, that's the first night my daughter Joy, just stand up and smile with these pretty folks. There you go, baby. Oh, yes. My daughter Joy was there that night, and a couple of her friends that's not here, was Lydia and Courtney. That was the ones, right? And these teenagers are all brain dead, and we all know that. And so, you know, you got to, kind of humor them. They're just their own breed, those teenagers are, So, anyway, I'm a good daddy because I know that. And so, they were there, and they were doing their teenage stuff, which is, in our ranks, it's worship Jesus. She don't do it like I do it, but I don't care if she don't do it like I do it. I just care that she does it. And so they're over there, their little teenager thing going on, and the Holy Ghost interrupted because, look, I tell you, God's got nerve. He just does what He wants to sometimes, and you just think you know what's going to happen. He just comes in and just takes over sometimes, just like He thinks He's God or something. You would think He thinks He's God. I'm serious. He just comes in and takes over, I tell you. You got everything all planned up so pretty, and He just comes in and messes it all up. What you reckon makes Him like that? See? Okay, here's what happened. What? I'll tell you what happened. What happened was, I told them, look, God is here. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to act like we know what's going to happen. We're not going to sing and have a normal format agenda. We're going to just, wait a minute. Well, you musicians, you reckon that if you're around them guitars, you got to touch them. Well, see, sometimes that's good, but sometimes it's not. Well, how could it not be good? Thank you for asking. Y'all see how y'all got me worked up now? It's not my fault. They got me going, Ms. Hogan. Somebody does. I'm hot. I got to come out these clothes. I mean, the fire is burning me up. There you go. I'm not getting to my message. And I worked on it all day.